What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Remember guys, yesterday was Sunday and we did our crypto coin display here. As you guys can see, we're starting that back up today. So if you'd like to enter, make sure to comment your favorite cryptocurrency as well as comment subscribe, as I will be checking. And if you don't comment those and you're not subscribed to the channel, you won't win. So definitely make sure to do that down below. But if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I highly recommend you watch yesterday's video and see if you were one of the lucky winners to win one of these. Super cool, definitely recommend it. Otherwise guys, today's video, like I said, we're talking about XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the S&P. Just really briefly guys, I've seen your comments. I know you guys want me to talk about Shiba Inu and how theoretically we kind of caught the breakout to the upside here, which we did, and I do want to talk about that, how we made pretty much profitable trades off of this. But because I've been traveling from Long Island to my new apartment in Florida, it's been really hard to make two videos because I've been spending the past like 18 hours, if not more, driving. The first day, just a quick update for you guys, maybe some of you have done this before. We came from Long Island, Nassau County, or Suffolk County. I'll just say it now, Farmingdale. We drove from Farmingdale all the way to, where did we go to? To North Raleigh, North Carolina. I believe that's how you pronounce that. That was about an 11-hour drive. It shouldn't have been, but it was, because there was about an hour and a half of traffic driving through Washington, D.C., which was terrible traffic. The second day, we drove from Raleigh to where we are today, which is currently Gainesville, Florida, and now we have only like 3 hours to 3.5 hours, hopefully, of driving, which is super light, super minimal compared to what we have done. The first day was 11, the second day was 7.5. This is only 3.5, and that will get us to our apartment today, where I can unpack, and then hopefully tomorrow maybe I'll be able to at least be recording on a desk. I mean, that I should have set up, but it's a lot of unpacking, lots of unpacking. Definitely not getting it all done today, but things are changing and I'm happy. So we're gonna have to bear with this, maybe another day for tomorrow. But once again, guys, that's pretty much my update for the traveling. In regards to these cryptocurrencies, XRP is kind of on the fence. As we said yesterday, it's on the fence right now, trading on this moving average here. There's a chance that we could break bullish, but for the most part, we're just kind of sitting nicely tucked around right here. Ethereum is starting to crack downwards, but once again, seeing a very similar pattern with Ethereum here as XRP is right here. 1, 2, 3. It's like up, down, up, and then up, down, up. So now with Bitcoin, though, however, we're kind of trapped inside what appears to be another more so descending fractal. I'm going to draw something on this in a second with you guys. I'm not entirely sure. No, I think we have the pattern pretty much correctly. It's more of this ascending, wedge, or descending. I don't know. It's like a wedge that's getting smaller here, ascending wedge. And we do have the moving average, which is pushing down pretty heavily on the Bitcoin price. We also have resistances here, which we did just recently get rejected from. It did form, however, a double bottom in some regard. This is without a doubt a double bottom formation here, so see how that pans out. Ideally, we do want to be breaking bullish, but we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, guys, today the S&P 500 opens, which is pretty cool. The after hours, which is what I wanted to show you guys, not that this is really going to have any effect on the actual stock market, but we should open at a high. This stuff changes, like, I feel like when I was just on it a couple minutes ago, we were up quite a bit. Now we're down in the NASDAQ, but we're still up in the S&P. We're up 1.25 points, or 0.03. Who knows? I know that the after hours market doesn't really, as far as I've seen, one can say we're up 3-4%, and we can open and start trading immediately downwards. So it's totally indifferent, and I don't see the relationship between it. But with that all being said, guys, today's video is brought to us once again by FREEMOON. As you guys can see here, FREEMOON is where you can make the world a freer place while generating yield and liquidity. Simply hold FREEMOON in your wallet and you will get more. You can see right here, they have Fight for Freedom, 5% of every transaction donated to legal defenses for these two people, 3% of every transaction redistributed back to existing token holders, and 2% put back into liquidity pool and NLP tokens, which is super cool. More information about FREEMOON, as we've discussed in the past, will be at the end of today's video. I've also linked them down in the description below if you'd like to check them out earlier. With that all being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notification, subscribe for the YouTube algorithm, and let's dive into today's episode. So, don't want to spend too much time on SHIB, just kind of flashing through this super quickly. Here you can see Shiba Inu was forming a symmetrical triangle. You guys have commented on numerous occasions in my videos. I do read the comments if they're not spam, but I do read the comments, and you guys are talking about a Shiba Inu update. We'll be doing that update very soon, probably in the next I'll try to put one out this week, but we'll see what happens. I just have to unpack everything and then figure out how to make the setup similar to the previous videos temporarily. But yes, we did break bullish from our symmetrical triangle as we expected and as we planned here, so that is very exciting. Now moving into the other cryptocurrencies, you can see the current coin market cap is doing okay, more so consolidation than anything else in regards to the past 24 hours here. But you can see for the other cryptocurrencies like XRP, honestly, if you wanted to take a risk, I might just take a risk, buy into it a small amount, a small leverage trade. Like I'll go onto Bityard here, put a leverage trade. You can see I'm going to just draw it out for you guys on Bityard, and you guys could follow along if you don't, or if you have Bityard, link in the description down below. I don't know how I want to draw it. It could be like this, or it could be, nah, I'm going to draw it like this. This isn't correct. It's more so like this. This is accurate. And then this is the downtrend here, and you can see exactly where the spike took place. So we were in a symmetrical triangle here. XRP was trending sideways like this. We filled in the gap right at the last candle. That's when we broke bullish. You can see that's when we broke up. And we started to trend above these moving averages here, the 99-day, the 25-day, the 7-day moving average, and we're starting to confirm and consolidate upwards. So with that being said, I definitely am going to put in a small buy-in opportunity here, a small amount of leverage, market order, to put in maybe 5x. Yeah, 5x leverage. I'm going to type in the amount that I want to trade. Let's do 1,000 USDT. I would click buy long and then leverage this to the upside from where we currently are, and then create a stop loss once my position is open. You'll find it in the bottom here, right along this area at the bottom of the page. This is where you'll see that option to create that stop loss, just to cover ourselves in case we do decide to dip lower. But this is a perfectly executed trade. We've talked about the symmetrical triangle, how we needed to pay attention and wait for the pop to happen, and it did very easily and very quickly here. It looks a little bit different though. Bityard looks a lot clearer, a lot more clear. You could see it just like this. I mean, this is a perfect break to the upside here, unlike where we're trading now. And then, I mean, it almost looks too big. It could have been something like this is possible. It could have been something like this. This is definitely a big possibility that maybe we had the charts like that. Yeah, for sure. We definitely had the charts like that. And we're now just starting to swing up. Regardless, we're still breaking outside of the symmetrical triangle, which is a good buy-in opportunity. Obviously, I did link Bityard in the description. When you do decide to sign up, or you already have an existing account, make sure to get your free cryptocurrency by clicking here. This is their promotion that's going on this month. Click on mystery box here. They also have a demo account, and you can actually daily mine free cryptocurrency over here by clicking the Daily Mine app. Now, moving on to the other cryptocurrencies, Ethereum is going to see some rejection. XRP might only see a small consolidation to the upside here, because Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to be suppressed for quite a while now, as we start to head up to the upside here. Ethereum has its moving average. It needs to battle. You can see even though we broke the descending triangle to the upside here, even though we did that, there's still a massive resistance. Maybe the weekly will show it a little bit better. Nah, not entirely. But going to the daily now, you can see, for the most part, it does show a bit of resistance here. We drew it in green, this line right here that cuts through. You can kind of see where prices in the past have kind of floated above it on numerous occasions, and then they floated below it on numerous occasions. And here we are again, floating above, bouncing off, bouncing off, bouncing off. Here we are getting rejected, and now here we are once again getting very close. The problem is we have this moving average, so there's a lot of problematic zones here. So even if you manage to buy in and leverage this to the upside here, keep your stop loss pretty tight, because I don't know how we're going to react with Ethereum retesting this moving average right here. And that goes by far with Bitcoin, which is a big sign. There's a lot of trends right now that we're trying to identify on Bitcoin specifically, and then we'll wrap up today's episode because the S&P isn't going to be open for another hour and a half. But you can see here, so we do have an uptrend. Clearly, we can identify the fact that there are higher lows. There are higher lows forming. So each time we fall back down, we're higher than the last one consistently. The first time we fell, or the first time we started it, we were at 35,000. The next time we were at 36,000, then we're at 37, then we're at 38, so on and so forth. You can see when we were originally breaking upwards, we were actually using a much higher resistance. We had this yellow band drawn showing resistance, and you can see that's kind of where we flipped the switch here on numerous occasions. 1, 2, 3, 4 times we retested this top resistance area and broke to the downside. Then we started to switch things up here. And I think the reason being and why we might not see this is because this daily moving average, you can see this daily moving average has been, I'm just going to draw it in, free float this, and I'm going to continue to scale it. That was a terrible drawing, but you see, you get the gist. So you can see when we were originally retesting, we had the ability to hit that highs on numerous occasions. Here we are consolidating, moving average is continuing to dip lower. We're not able to get that close to it. We really aren't, and that's suppressing this market like that and pretty much going to create what I think is some sort of descending triangle like this. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So I don't think I can draw the trend, but something like this. No, maybe I could. Maybe I could. Something like this being that new trend that we're dealing with. So maybe we were creating higher lows, but now we're creating or lower. Maybe we were creating higher highs, but now we're creating lower highs, because we originally, the highest we went was 43, then it was 44, 45, then 40, about escalating from 44 to like 46K. And then here we are now starting to reverse the pattern and head lower. It's interesting, and I think that might continue to hold. So this is something to definitely pay attention to. I'm trying to just get a better overview if that's what we're dealing with. Yeah, you can kind of see how the prices are teeter-tottering lower now. It's definitely an interesting little bubble that we have forming on Bitcoin, that's for sure. But clearly what we're looking for, ideally, regardless of whether it hits this top resistance or the current one, which it seems like that's what's getting suppressed, we need Bitcoin to either confirm breaking below this uptrend and dumping, this would be the target, or we need Bitcoin to break above the moving averages, which would be this. We need to break above, and then we would see the run to the upside. So there's pretty much just obviously two areas here. Either we start to correct lower, break through 39K, short it down to 31, or we swing up, break above 43K, and then leverage to the upside here, because it's going to be one or the other. We're not going to see both. We're not going to just consolidate and flatline. We're either going to break through the moving average and see a big reversals to the upside, or we're going to break through the bottom support and fall. And ideally, what it looks like is going to happen is we might start to see a recovery. That's where my head's at. We've been, I'd like to think that we are, but we've been consolidating on this moving average for quite some time, and it seems to have happened like that. Like, look at the last one that happened. We shot up. We corrected down. We had weeks of consolidation here, and then we saw the next run. Here are doing a very similar thing. We might consolidate here again, right near the moving average, and then we might see another run. So who knows? I do think these are good buying opportunities, though, but that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Otherwise, guys, I do want to talk a little bit more about FREEMOON with you.
I want to give a huge shout out to FREEMOON for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, both WikiLeaks and the Silk Road were early adopters of Bitcoin. Julian Assange is the founder of WikiLeaks, which is an international nonprofit organization that publishes news leaks and classified media provided by anonymous sources. And Ross Ulbricht created the first darknet market, the Silk Road, as an exercise in free market capitalism, a website where users were free to post and buy whatever they felt necessary, so long as no party was being harmed. Now, these pioneers helped spread the adoption of Bitcoin and its use cases during its precarious early years. And because of this, the cryptocurrency community is forever indebted to these high-profile trailblazers, and the people at FREEMOON have found a way to pay back that debt. Now, inspired by cutting-edge tokenomics, they have combined cryptocurrency's final destination of the moon with the cause of freedom for its earliest advocates, and the result is FREEMOON. Now, FREEMOON's protocol appeals to both the altruist and the hodler, and FREEMOON works as a deflationary token. After each buy and sell transaction, a 10% transaction fee is subtracted and will be distributed as follows. Now, 5% of the transaction will be split evenly into a single treasury address and will be donated to the legal defenses of Julian Assange and Ross Ulbricht, and funds will also be manually remitted periodically. Now, the other 3% of every transaction will be automatically redistributed to existing token holders via reflection, and then the last 2% of every transaction is put back into the liquidity pool, and LP tokens are burned, creating a deflationary supply. Now, FREEMOON is programmed to reward holders while increasing both liquidity and value, and they've also burned all of the developer tokens and founder tokens after launch, which is 20% of the supply, and sent it to a black hole address, and as the address also participates in the protocol, it will then eventually accumulate more tokens, thereby effectively removing them from circulation. Now guys, there's no limit to the burn, and the black hole will actually keep growing, increasing the scarcity of FREEMOON. And having tokens being burnt from both buyers and sellers is what gives deflationary tokens a special advantage over other tokens. Now, doing this actually stabilizes the price relatively early, meaning that there is really a buffer against large sell-offs of the coin. And for further price stability, FREEMOON will use DX lock to restrict 40% of the supply for a duration of 4 years. Now, their total supply consists of 1 quadrillion, with 200 trillion burn dev tokens, 400 trillion for community and marketing, and 400 trillion for DX Locker contract lock. Now, FREEMOON recognizes the magnitude of its mission, and it is one they can't actually accomplish alone. So to incentivize participation, they've actually set aside tokens to help grow their community, and FREEMOON will actually allocate tokens to platforms and entities who share their values. And in the past, powerful movements have grown from people connecting with like-minded people and moving in harmony toward a shared goal. And with a just cause like theirs, they believe the crypto community could actually come together for 2 of its early pioneers and heroes. Now, this cause is ultimately about community. FREEMOON wants to be a meme with a meaning. So guys, with all that being said, for more information about the FREEMOON token, definitely make sure to check out the links down in the description below. Once again, huge shout out to FREEMOON for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.